Ha ha ha. We are live. Welcome,
Yeah.
everyone. Hi, friends on the screen and friends at home. Welcome, everyone, to you. We've got friends of Master of the Handpan joining in, friends of Handpan Dojo joining in, as well as Academy members, and maybe some of you who don't know who we are and what we do. So, welcome. You're going to find out today. So, let me introduce the team and then our special guest. My name is Sylvain Pallier. I'm community manager at Master of the Handpan and Handpan Dojo, joined by my colleagues and friends. And we're going to go, this time around, we're going to go west to east, okay? So first, let me introduce briefly, and we'll do a more proper introduction. Rosie Bergonzi, bringing us today's workshop. Hey Rosie, tuning in from
Hey, everybody.
Chicago. Thanks for making time for us in the midst of your busy tour. It's exciting. We get it. We're all musicians, and we've been in your shoes at times, and it's just so exciting to do life with other musicians. So next up, we've got on the East Coast, Dan Mulqueen in New Jersey. What's up, Dan?
What's up, guys?
Whoop,
Excited for today.
Across the pond, we go to Dave in France, Toulouse. Bonjour.
Bonjour tout le monde.
Salut.
Salut. Hey everyone. Good to be there.
Awesome. We had a great workshop with Dave last night, and we're back online. And last but not least, David Kuckerman in Berlin, Germany. Hello.
Hey guys, what's up? Good to see you all. Welcome,
Hello.
Rosie.
Hey.
All right. So happy Pantastic Week, everybody. Let me share a couple of housekeeping items on the screen. You've heard about it all month. This is our Black Friday event running until November 20th, 30th, my bad. We've got 10 handpans to win, 7 daily live streams. This is 5 out of 7. We're almost there. We're giving away 10 yearly passes to the Academy, and you can enjoy our lowest prices of the year with up to 60% off individual courses and our annual membership. They're all listed on our website. Here they are on the screen. These are the raffle prizes this year from our beloved handpan makers. Really, all of us on the call, we've had amazing experiences with this instrument, and it's in great part due to the people making the instruments. And it's been a great little history of this art form with players and makers being so interconnected. So we want to give them a huge shout out and thank them. Of course, participate to the raffle and try your luck at winning one of those instruments. But if you don't, I would recommend and plead with you, go check out their work. They're great, and we're very grateful for their help. So today, the main way we're going to interact is through the chat. So locate the chat on your phone or your computer and answer the following question. Have you ever tried to cover a song on handpan? Have you ever tried to cover a song on handpan? And I'll give you a moment to answer. So what are we doing today? We're doing a live workshop with Rosie Bergonzi, who is a teacher on Handpan Dojo. In a moment, we'll give you kind of a more proper intro of our guest. But this happens every single month on the Academy, which is our membership. And so this week, you're getting a taste of what happens on a monthly basis on Master the Handpan and Handpan Dojo. So we're excited to make this available for free during Pantastic Week. And we hope that you'll like what you see and that you'll join us for future workshops as part of the Academy. And let's take a moment to look at the chat. The question was, have you ever tried covering a song on handpan? And we've got Henne saying, yes, a Christmas song from Rosie. Thanks for the shout out. Werner, thanks for joining in, says, nope, not yet. Well, this is going to happen today. Yes, Blue Bossa. I don't know that one. We've got Carol of the Bells by Rosie once again. Billie Jean.
Cool.
Nice. Yeah, before we move on, what about you guys on the screen? Have you played some notable covers in music videos or projects?
I tried to cover one of David Cookerman's songs a while ago. Realized I couldn't do it. And then there's a few Irish songs that I tried. But yeah, what is it? The Sound of Viborg? What's the name of it? Sorry.
Oh, yeah, you played that in the warm-up today, huh?
Yeah, I'm trying to get some tips.
Nice job, man. Sounded great. I'm actually at the moment like playing one of Kabe's songs, the Chinese Wall. And besides that, we have this Norwegian lullaby that we often play called Zolalula.
Okay. On my end, I have, I think the very first cover I did was Mad World, Tears for Fears. And then I did a couple of others. It's cool. It's a great experience to go into covers. I like it.
Yeah. During my time at the expo, we had to play a lot of covers because was kind of the direction from the maestro. And one of my favorites was an Armenian song called Nubar that I got to play with Christina Policarpu, who played the lira, this sort of pear-shaped upright fiddle. But it's not easy to play cover songs unless you have a great teacher. And we have a great teacher with us today. Let me kind of show you what we're in for. After I'm done with this short introduction, we're going to dive into Rosie's teaching workshop, followed by a Q&A. And then we'll wrap up with some announcements. So I'm going to give the floor to David Cookerman to tell us a little bit about how it all started with Rosie and the Handpan, Rosie and Handpan Dojo, because these guys have a little bit of a history. So, David, go ahead.
Yeah, it's wonderful to have Rosie with us today. I'm not exactly sure how it started with Rosie and the Handpan, but I can tell you a little bit about when we first met, and that was on Pan Tribe, I think 2 or 3 years ago.
2?
I think 2 or 3 years ago. And of course, I mean, when you meet Rosie, you basically you directly want to be friends with her because she's such a lovely person. And I also invited her to do a course on Handpan Dojo, and we were considering as a topic, and Christmas was kind of coming up, and Rosie mentioned that she actually loves Christmas songs, and I thought that was just such a good coincidence. So that's how it started on Handpan. But she also has lots of really cool musical projects. She has a duo with Amy Naylor, which is absolutely wonderful. And she also plays with orchestras, and she recently played with the orchestra as, she sometimes plays as percussionist, but she also performed with an orchestra as a solo handpan player, which I had the pleasure to see, which was really wonderful and is still a very, very rare setting, I would say, for the handpan. Rosie, did I forget to mention anything?
You only forgot to mention that you said that you don't like Christmas music, and that's why you didn't want to do that course. I had intended to keep that between us, but it's okay. Now the whole world knows. The world needs to know the Grinch tendencies of Christmas music, so you did.
Yeah, but actually, I remember when we were recording your song, and then we have these kind of sing-alongs where I recorded my wife singing to the Christmas songs, and that's actually in that combination I started to really enjoy the Christmas songs, which was a very strange experience for me. I think it was the first time in my life that I had a Christmas song on my media player.
Oh, the greatest compliment.
So
but,
we know
I think you.
Yeah, we know how to convince David on projects. We just have to call his wife and say, "Hey, can you?"
it is the handpan playing and the beautiful voice. And we even made like nice playback arrangements with it. So actually, I don't know. That process was really fun, and I started to get into it a little bit.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's a great summing up. Thank you. I feel suitably embarrassed, so thank you.
Excellent. That was, of course, my intention. Well, then I would say, Sylvan, without further ado, let's give the floor to Rosie.
Let's do it.
Thanks, guys. Thank you
Take
all,
it
and
away.
hi, everyone. Great to see you here. I'm so joyful to be able to chat to you all about my favorite topics, which are both handpan and kind of cover songs. So maybe I'll just start off with a question. So I already know some of you have done... Where's my camera? Here it is. Okay, I already know some of you have done cover songs already. I'd love to know which handpans everybody's playing with, because as Hene was saying, this I have here is a D-curd, which I believe many people have a D-curd. But let me know in the chat, because we're going to be talking a little bit about some chords, about some harmony, and you can watch this with any handpan, and you can join in with any handpan, but I will be talking about D-curd chords. But if you're here in the chat and you've got a different scale, you can let me know, so that'll be fun. Right, let's play some handpan. I don't know if you've all had a little warm up. I've just been sat here pointing cameras at myself for like 5 minutes. So let's move the wrists around a little bit, wherever you are. Get yourself comfortable with your handpan on top of your lap, if that's where you put it. And we'll just start, as I often like to start, just with a little bit of zoning in. So when we play handpan, especially like covers, it's so tempting to dive in and get straight to the really jazzy, fun section. But I want us to just take one moment when you finish typing, and we're just gonna play on the ding with 2 hands. Whenever anything gets hard, you can always come back to just playing on the ding with 2 hands. It's always super duper reassuring, relaxing, and essential. So whenever you're ready, let's go. Ding. And you can get your feet on the floor. You can get your shoulders down. If you're feeling a bit nervous because you're presenting to a bunch of people, hello everybody. It's nice to zone in and remember we're going to play the handpan together. And I kind of love the idea that I'm coming in from America. Wherever you're watching from, we might all be in unison right now playing on our ding. And if you don't have a handpan, you can do this on your lap. That's totally cool too. Here we are, we're playing together and thinking about that relaxation. Sometimes our brains can get a little bit fizzy and our body can just relax us. 4, 3, 2, 1, pause. Amazing stuff. One thing that I like to talk a lot about is playing chords on the handpan. So we may already know a melody is one note. As soon as you add one more note to that, you're starting to work with harmony. And I really wanted to talk about one technique thing, which is the idea of playing 2 notes at the same time. So we can, of course, take both of our hands across to play 2 notes at the same time. Totally valid. But one thing that's really helpful is making like a little L. Loser. No. And we can, with this way, impact with the thumb on one and the finger on the other. So we're just going to practice with one hand hitting them together. And it's a really good experience to zone in. Often the thumb can come out a little louder, like, or the finger. But use this moment to listen to how you're playing, which one needs a bit more to get those impacting at the same volume. It may be a case of shifting your hand to get the right angle. But we want to get that pure sound, that pure tone from both hands, both fingers, or the finger and the thumb. Other hand. Same thing, experiment a little bit. Get that exact right angle. Unlocking, playing 2 notes together. Other hand. We're making music already with one hand. Hello. Other hand, let's go. Both together. Now, if like me, you chose some notes across, you will start to realize that doesn't sound great. And this is the very simple secret of handpans. Pretty much generally, notes on the same side are going to sound great. Notes directly opposite each other are not going to sound so good. And this is where we start to have our chords idea. Any two notes is a chord, but some chords sound nicer than others. That doesn't mean they're good or they're bad. You can use this tension to resolve. So you can't say any chord is good or bad. But what I like to do is try and focus in on those ones that do sound a little more pleasing to the ear. So for this, I've created a website, a way to look at all of your chords in a kind of laid out method. And it's like a top-down view of a chord. So I'm going to be looking at a few different chords. Hopefully you might know some of these chords already. If you don't, you can just open up the website. Sylvan, is it all right to drop that in the chat or maybe share it so people can take a look at what I'm talking about? If you don't have a chord right now, you can still play along with us because we're going to learn the 4 most important chords on a handpan. Yeah. So if you've got a different, hopefully, maybe we could put a link in the chat as well. If you have a different handpan, this is the moment that you should come and enter in a different scale here. I'm going to continue chatting through what it's like to have a chord. If you don't have a chord, you can head over to that and it will show you. Oh, wow, such efficient boy work. Amazing, all of you, putting them in. Yeah, so hopefully if you have a different handpan that's not a chord, this is the moment where some of the things I say won't fully apply, but all the other things I say are totally useful. So now hopefully we're at a place where we can work out how to play a little chord. We're going to start off with like the happy chord, which is F major, and this is going to be our chord 1. So for this, I'm going to take 2 hands down at my lower and 1 hand up here. So that pattern we just said of using 2 with the one hand and 1 with the other hand. If that's too tricky, you can just play 1 or even 2 notes, however works best. Now we're going to play that F for 4 beats. Let's go. F chord. Oh yeah, sounds good. We rockin'. Love it. Woo! Amazing. Hopefully that works. Nice. And then once we've got that, we're going to shift over to one other chord that we're going to use, which is going to be our chord 5. This, on a chord, we keep one finger in the same place and we're moving the others up. And one thing I really love about chords is you can play them in all different ways. So we take this C chord. I'm using the notes around the outside. For you, your chord 5 may look a little bit different if you've got a different handpan, but the principle still stands. We can play our chord with 3 notes, but I can just as easily swap them over. Left, left, right. So just take a moment to swap between those 2 positions. We're going to go right, right, left, and then swap. Left, left, right. Swap. Right, right, left, swap. Left, left, right. And if you're only watching and you're not playing, that's totally cool. You can do it on your leg. Swap. Right, right, left, swap. Left, left, right, swap. Right, right, left, swap. Left, left, right. It sounds the same, but we're working our brain in a different way. We're going to use these exact 3 notes and just flip it over, reversing it. So we've still got our left hand on the top. We're going to come down. Left, left, right. You see how I take those same 3 notes and I'm playing them in a different order. We're going downwards now. Okay, we're going to try that, swapping over. Left first. Left, left. Swap hands. Swap hands. Swap hands. Swap hands. Now we're going to put all of that stuff together and we start to make an arpeggio. Arpeggio is when you play a chord in a more spread out way. So we're going to go up 4 times and down 4 times. Right on the bottom, off we go. Right, right, left, swap hands, left, left, right, swap hands, right, right, left, swap hands, left, left, right, swap hands, down, left, left, right, swap hands. Swap hands. hands. Swap hands. Swap hands. Okay? My intention with these exercises is to get you playing patterns that you may already know. Hopefully most people may have already played an upwards pattern or a downwards pattern. But instead of playing it across random notes, we start to use this as a way to practice chords. So we used it on that C chord. Now let's try it with that other chord I showed you. This is a little tougher because instead of the notes being directly next to each other, they're spread out. And you might choose to have these three or those three notes. I'm going to choose my lowest possible notes. Now we get to use our brain to split, to play an arpeggio that's split across. I think we're pretty used to playing notes next to each other, maybe. So this gets your brain working in another way. So we're going to go upwards and then swap. Now we get into a nice uncomfortable position. Swap. Swap. And swap. 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 Okay, we're going to take that same pattern and bring it downwards. Swap. 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 Left up. Right up. Left up. Right up. Okay, we're going to try that same thing. 4 up with the swaps and then 4 down, starting with the right hand at the bottom. 1, 2, 3, here we go. Right, right, left, swap, left, left, right, swap, right, right, left, swap, left, left, right, swapping over, left, right, right, yeah, right, left, left, coming down, left, right, right, and we swap, right, left, left, woo! It's so fun watching you three. It's like seeing you swimming in slow motion. Yeah. And when I was thinking about what I wanted to teach in this workshop, I kind of want to, this comes to one core concept, which I want to get in, like, out. I grew up playing classical music, and in classical music, we often have something called an etude, which is something which is specifically really challenging. And so you take a problem that you might have. So you might have a problem of crossing, and you make up a little piece of music that kind of covers that difficult thing. And I find a lot of beginners, a lot of students come and they say, well, I always play the same patterns. When I sit down, I'm always doing, you know, say, whatever it is, this kind of shape. I'm not thinking of anything new. So what I really think the most important thing about covers can do is it can break you out. Because there may well be a state where you have to do something really awkward, and that can open up so much important things. Like, if you only play handpan in a way that's simple and straightforward, you're not unlocking so many, like, more options that you can do. This feels awkward at first, but hopefully just by doing it for a couple of minutes, we're getting these separations out. Because sometimes when I'm playing a tune, I need to have one hand doing one thing. So I took the idea that I wanted to share with you Country Roads, that song. If you don't know it or you don't like it, that's okay. We won't spend hours on it, maybe. But we have a tune, and the chords is down here. So the ability to play one chord with one hand and one chord with the other hand is a really, really key thing. And I just love playing covers because it makes you do things that you would never normally do. We talk a lot about playing hand to hand, and they're all really important things. But this workshop, I'm going to try and get you breaking out of that, like, more traditional way of playing. Because sometimes you just need to, I think the experience of contorting yourself into a really uncomfortable position briefly, and I only mean uncomfortable, I don't mean like painful, is going to get your brain whizzing around. Awesome. Let me know if you have any questions on any of those thoughts so far. This is an interactive workshop, so please do interact. And also let me know if anything I've said didn't make sense, because the coffee's only just kicking in, you know. Awesome. So we've got 2 chords. Now we're going to play upwards like this. And then we're going to shift to this chord. chord 1, show me that F. Right, right, left, swap hands. Left, left, right, swap hands. Right, right, left, swap hands. Left, left. Now we're gonna change chord. Right, right, left. Left, left, right. Right, right, left. Left, left. We're gonna change chord. And we're gonna change chord. And we'll end on 1. Yes, amazing. Right. So, would you mind taking us over to the chorus of Country Roads? We're going to play through a few different chords. There's 2 more chords we're going to learn. Yeah, if you scroll down a tiny bit. We're also going to play our D minor. Yeah, down a little. Yeah, perfect. So, we only need to know 4 chords to play this song. We've also got that 3rd chord on this list, which is D minor. If you're playing on a different pan, it's going to be a different looking chord. Hopefully, you can get this screen up for yourself and follow along at home. So we've got a few different notes to choose from D minor. We're going to choose these 3. Find D minor. And any of the notes from D minor will work. They sound good. Hopefully everyone's found D minor for themselves. Or this chord 6. Amazing. And then I'm going to move myself across. Now this is going to be sort of speeding through a little bit. If you need a bit more time to find your chords, take that time. I'm going to show you how it sounds when I play all these chords one after another. I'm just going to play each chord 4 times. 1, 2, 3. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. Stop there, okay? Do you see what I did? I took those same notes. I'm just playing 3 of them at a time, and I'm playing them all at the same time. 1, 2, 3. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. One more time, let's do it. Country roads, 2, 3, 4, home, 2, 3, to the place I belong. Yes? I'm seeing some boys on the screen not singing along, so hopefully you're singing along at home. 1, 2, 3. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. Pause there. Amazing. Now, the other thing I love to talk about, right? So I grew up as a drummer. Now, drummers are like the opposite from singers, I think. There's kind of lyrical singing people, and there's a drummer, and it's easy to feel like, oh my gosh, this is something I'm bad at, this is something I feel scared about, I feel nervous about. Well, hopefully you're in your house, close enough to by yourself, and it's one of the most healing, beautiful, wonderful things that you can do to sing. It opens up some part of you. But there's also a really important musical thing you're doing. If one hand can do one thing, and the other hand can do another thing, and the voice can do a third thing, think about how a kit player can get their feet and arms and normally their head going all at the same time. So if you struggle with getting your right hand and your left hand doing different things, work on getting your hand doing one thing and your voice doing another. It's really just practicing the same thing. So even if you feel like you sound like a dog howling, use it for the use it for the musical improvement reason. Like some people feel like singing is a beautiful, joyful thing. Thankfully, we've muted David, so that's great. And some people don't feel like their singing voice is at all like good, whatever that means. And if that's you, just remember it's doing good science things for your brain. So you have no excuse not to sing. Right, we're going to just finish off this chorus. We're using those same chords, but in another order. If learning a bunch of chords feels overwhelming and intimidating, remember most songs only use 4 chords and they go round and round in different orders, or even often in the same order. Let's look at that second line. We start off the same with an F. West Virginia, then to C, Mountain Mama, B flat, hold, country roads. This is something that songs do all the time. I call it like the open and the close. So the first line ends on a question. It's not finished. The second line closes. We call it a cadence. It's done. It's finished, okay? And this is something that we can totally steal and use in our own playing. So thinking about this idea of an open and a closed. Is this a question and this is an answer? So have another listen, see if you can really spot that. We have line 1, line 2. Like, you can't argue with that. It's like, yeah. Okay, we're going to use that 4-chord method on the second line. 1, 2, second line, here we go. F, and then to C, and then B flat, 'cause we are finished. Can't argue with that. Again, 2, 3, second line. F, 2, 3, 4, C, 2, 3, 4, B flat, 2, 3, 4, F, 2, 3, 4. I love this idea of stealing things from classical music, and that cadence, that open and closed, is really important in making our music feel complete, feel final. Okay, we're going to play all the way through from the top to the bottom. 1, 2, 3. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads. Yay! I hope you were singing and maybe doing a little dance. Yeah, definitely, like, for me, singing has been something that I've really grown in confidence over. Like, I spend a lot of time telling other people to sing, and I'm like, oh, but secretly singing is scary for me too. So it's just super, like, liberating to do it. Okay, if this is already a lot for you, you can just play one note of these chords and you can catch up a little bit later. But if you kind of got the hang of those 4 chords moving between them, we're going to start to do the real fun bit. So this is the kind of arrangement. And again, all of this that I'm saying, it applies to covers, but it also really, really deeply applies to your own compositions as well. I created this website because I was like, how can I trick people into learning harmony? And I was like, of course, pop songs. Everybody likes pop songs. And because I know that people come to the handpan sometimes from a rhythmic background, sometimes from a harmonic background, or from they just like love the sound of the handpan. So I created Handpan Chord Book, which has a bunch of cover songs on there as a way to learn those chords, to get practicing them, both for the fact of covering them, but also because everything that you learn in a cover song is secretly very, very important and useful. So we might not want to write a song or play a song which has 4 plonk, 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 plonk. It's okay, but it's a little bit like stumpy. So instead, let's try another version. We're going to use a pattern walking upwards. So if you don't have 4 different notes, actually, we'll take 3 notes first, as we practiced it earlier, just walking up. So we're going to use that same spread, country walking up. Amazing. Yes, Sylvan, would you get that one back up for us again? We're going to play those chords walking up the stairs. Upwards arpeggio, you can call it. Walking up the stairs. I don't know. Both options. And we're going to have that click in between to allow us to change chords. And we're going to sing as well. So now this is what I mean about the singing being a third limb. 1, 2, 3. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country roads. Yeah, it can be hard to slot those words in. It's really important. Let's flip it over. We're going to walk down the stairs. And this is why sometimes it's important to be able to play both directions. Coming down the stairs. 1, 2, 3. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. And for some reason, I don't know what it is about human brains, like we'll practice going up loads and then we like never practice going down. I don't know if anyone else has observed that. Like when you do an exercise, you have already learned like 4 different exercises. So you don't need to learn a bunch of different exercises. You need to practice those exercises in like inversions or leading with the other hand. So I just took this idea of 3 notes and I already showed you playing it with leading with another hand. It feels like a completely different exercise. Someone listening is gonna be like, oh, why are you just playing those 3 notes? But it feels really different to play. And similarly, once you've done it going up, you can do it coming down. Again, someone next door is like, what? How do you need to practice this so much? But there's so much in it as soon as you flip it the other way. So there you go. If you are subscribed to Master the Handpan Academy, you can get 2 for 1. You can learn double the exercises from whatever your teachers are teaching you just by flipping it upside down. Sorry, David, giving the secrets away. But yeah, if you're signed up, then that's 2 for 1. All right, now where did we get to? We took 2 kind of patterns. Yeah, going down is why. I don't know why it's so much harder, but for some reason it is. Or like we know left is harder than right, or are dominant and non-dominant. Okay, awesome. So we've taken 2 versions where we just do the same thing every time. Now we're going to start to smash them together. So we're going to go up for the first chord and down for the second chord. So we're going up. Yes! Going to practice all of your patterns downwards. Amazing. We can call it like upside down day or something. Okay, so we're going to go up and then we're going to go down. We're going to go up and we're going to go down. I'll shout out where we're at. We're going to go up first, obviously. 1, 2, 3. Country roads, down take me home, up to the place, down I belong, up West Virginia, down Mountain Mama, up take me home, down country roads. Now it sounds a bit more like music, dare I say? A little bit more. Let's do it again. I won't shout out, see if you can keep up as we go. 1, 2. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. And it has the nice benefit of that makes that last one, bing, boom, boom, sound even more closed, even more final as we come down. I think it's really important. I never like to teach by saying this is the right answer. And I think as soon as you're taking a cover song and you're putting it on a handpan, there is no right answer. Like it's never going to sound like the original, which is great. But that means that we have a bunch of freedom. So I really always invite my students or anybody to use their ears. Which ones did you prefer? Was there a version that sounded more fun or better or worse? And the right answer is going to be different for each handpan, for each song, for each chord, for each moment. Like in the verse, I might want an opening sound, and then I might get to a chorus and be like, yeah. And I can play that same chord in so many different variations, which is where it's so exciting to me. Like, imagine if someone just said, right, guys, this is the right answer to music, so do that, I'll see you later. Instead, I think the reason that we're all here, that we all are still doing this after a combined amount of years of, I don't even want to guess how many years the people on the screen have been playing handpan in total, because there is no right answer. You get to use your ears. So it's really, really fun. So I challenge you to listen to people who you like their playing and work out what are they doing? Are they going up or are they going down or are they doing a little mix around? Shake it all about. Okay, so we've talked about going up, we've talked about going down. But this song, Country Roads, it has a kind of like country feeling to it, right? So I wanted to talk about like bum, 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 bum. We're going to take a slightly more advanced, like I call these strumming patterns, you know, like on a guitar, like we're going to take a slightly more advanced strumming pattern. We're just going to be walking up and down. So take that F chord, that first chord, we're just going to choose two notes, a lower note and a higher note. And you know the bass is like ding, dong, dong, ding, dong, ding, dong, ding. We're going to imagine that. So it's like, country road. We're playing quavers, or what do you call them? Eighth notes? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, you know, like this. That's our chord 1. This means that we only have like a split second to shift chords. So you've got to be on it now. Before we had that nice gap, that nice click to shift. Obviously, if you need to take your time to change, take your time to change. But we're going to try and imagine a like country vibe 1 and 2 as we go. So does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. 1 and 2. Choosing 2 notes, walking up and down from the lower and the higher. 1, 2, 3. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. Hey, sounds cool. We can take a completely different rhythm. Boom, ba 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 ba, boom, ba ba ba, boom, ba ba ba, boom, ba ba ba. And now we're starting to get into playing around experimental world. Dum da 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 da, dum da 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 da. Try that on 2 notes. Here we country road. Take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country roads. Yes, amazing, great. So I wanted to invite from the chat, could you put some different, reggae style, yeah. Could you put some different genres in the chat? I'm really already scared of this question, but I thought it would be really fun to see how you can play in different genres. Like if I was to take it in a more orchestral version, I might play a little bit more out of time. I might move towards and away from them. So, okay, let me try Country Roads in like this orchestral style. Same chords, but now I have to add face. This is a very important part of orchestra, face. 1, 2, 3. Country roads take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home. Like it completely, it's the same chords, it just changes the idea. We can add like a kind of a swing. Okay, perfect, yeah. We might add like a kind of chilled out swing. So I'm just putting a little slap on it. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. That's hard because the song doesn't swing, so you have to sing across the swing. But that's what I'm talking about. Work it, friends, work it. So all I'm doing is I'm playing the whole chord. Cha, boom, boom, cha, boom, cha, boom. And I'm using the thumb to really drive this swing. So just play on your chord 1. Chord, thumb, thumb, slap, thumb, chord, thumb, thumb, slap, thumb, chord, thumb, thumb, slap. And it's the same when we move to C. Chord, chord, thumb, thumb, slap, thumb. It's fun with the D minor because I get to play the ding and still use my thumb. Like this, you see? Yeah, okay, so let's try that version. And if that is too much, just play the... If you can add the whole chord on, even better. Okay, 1, 2. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads again. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads. Amazing. Now, one thing, don't give up, Sylvan. Keep singing. You're holding down the singing for us all. One thing that I haven't spoken at all about is fills. So we have this kind of scaffolding. We don't always, as a brain, want to hear the same thing again and again and again. So I use that moment sometimes when I'm moving between chords, especially on the 2nd chord or on the 4th chord, to add a little bit more. So let's take the same groove we were doing. Country road, take me home to the place I belong, West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road. Hello from West Virginia. Oh my gosh, you're a celebrity if you're watching from West Virginia right now. So all I'm doing, let's take a slightly simpler groove maybe. I'm playing in that last beat just a couple of notes flowing through. Country road. And it's important that I keep in that same feeling. So we have a swing. Dun. So let's take those last 3 notes. We're going to do the first version, which is fill-tastic. We're going to fill all the fills. And then we're going to take a slightly more tasteful version in a moment. So we're imagining country road, something. Any 3 notes, one after another, it's going to walk us to the next chord. Some will work better than others. I'm not going to tell you which ones they are. Figure it out. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Country road. Here it comes. Yeah? I'm going to play the whole groove. I want you just to play those little fill notes, okay? So just the da-da-da, the ones that step onto the next chord. I'm going to play the whole groove. You just choose 3 notes and you fill that in for me. 1, 2, 3. Fill, da da da. Fill, fill, fill. Ba 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 ba. Fill, fill. No fill. Yeah. Now with the groove. 1, 2. Phil? Where's Phil? Okay. 1, 2. Country road, take me home. Yes? Show of thumbs. Does that make sense? Of course, it's like when you make a cake, you don't cover the whole thing in sprinkles. I mean, maybe you do. I don't know. I'm not here to judge your cooking. But, you put a little bit of pepper, a little bit of spice. Wait, no, you're not making a cake anymore. When you make some food, you put a little bit of seasoning. You don't dump the whole bowl in. So now we're going to play through again. See where you want to add, yes, sprinkles. See where you want to add those fills in. Doesn't have to be everywhere. 1, 2, 3. Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home, country road. Yes, accoutrements. Just a few accoutrements. Okay, sweet. Did we get another genre in at all? Swing. I think we swung. We did good. Yeah. So thinking about, I don't know. It really gets really fun when you start to play in all different like styles. And also, one thing I haven't even touched on, but I will leave you to explore, is playing the tune. That's a really great version you can play. So if you've got an extended, I've got a high C and a high D on here. If not, you can just play a harmonic to get that high note out. So the next stage of making a cover is figuring out the tune, seeing if you can play the tune on the handpan. Good news, I chose this one because you can play it on a D chord. And then, so let's see if we can work the tune out together. Just gonna throw it in. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. And I honestly don't have a trick really to working out tunes. I just do trial and error, and I just keep hitting the wrong notes until I hit the right notes. There's stuff you can do, like you can do some interval training, so you kind of guess what the jumps are going to be, and the more you know your handpan, the more you'll be able to work out those tunes. But there's not really a secret to it at the minute. Maybe at the moment I'm kind of focusing on teaching harmony, but the tune is great fun. And then once you've learnt the tune, you just put it together. So if you don't want to sing, or you don't have someone that wants to sing or play an instrument for you, that's okay. You can play the whole tune by yourself. And then the chords become like an accompaniment. They are slotting in. We know that the tune starts first. We heard that when we were singing. So we know the first chord is going to be on roads. The biggest secret to playing chords and melody and accompaniment is something that hopefully you should already be thinking about when you're playing, which is dynamics. If I play the whole thing at the same volume, your ear gets confused. You don't hear the tune, you don't hear the chords. Instead, I let that tune sing out by playing it a little bit louder. And I'm a little more flexible in the accompaniment. That kind of weaves in and out. So I try and leave a bit more space around the tune. Hopefully you can start to hear those dynamics, lifting something out and putting something else. I think it's like, think of it like a picture. Like a good photograph has foreground, midground, and background. It doesn't have everything in your face at the same time because we'd be exhausted, and also we couldn't really make sense of it. So I think it's really important to think, what do I really want the listener to hear in this moment? Like sometimes there's a moment where there's no tune happening and then it's all about the accompaniment. Sometimes it's all about those notes that are pinging out. And that's one more, just to take it back to those like more simple exercises. When we were playing these, they were hopefully all coming out around the same volume. But one more thing to add to these exercises, to get even more for your money when you're on the academy, is to just put an accent in. Like I think my neighbors must really get annoyed because I have so much fun playing things that sounds pretty similar to each other, but I'm like, whoa, this is amazing. Right, so if I just take it back for a moment to these three notes, And this is my kind of major tip for learning your dynamics. At the minute, they're all the same volume, but I can mix it around. I may have this one note, the loudest. Quiet, quiet, loud, quiet, quiet, loud, quiet, quiet, loud. Okay, cool. Let me change that around. Let me get that first note the loudest. Second note. And if I can kind of get that up to speed, just by changing that accent, I already make something that sounds kind of interesting. And it means that I can completely control the sound that I get out. So I think really try and consider what sound you're going to make before you play it. I think this is the main thing that separates a beginner player from an intermediate or advanced player, to my mind, is that they anticipate the sound that they're going to make and they know what's going to happen. So if you can think of playing, you want the sound, maybe I want a really boomy sound, I want a really light sound, I want a really aggressive sound, whatever that is, then if I get that first, then it's going to sound super great because I know what I'm working on, I know what I'm going to do. So really trying to think in your mind what you're going to get before you play it, and then playing it, that's going to make those melodies and those tunes sing out. I believe I'm coming towards the end of the session. Is this true? So I think maybe the final thing I will do is play through the tune with everybody. So if you have put your handpan down or you've relaxed, get back to work. We're going to sing through, and hopefully you've seen how in just like half an hour we've got... I will just do the chorus, that's all we've looked at. So we can see how you can put something together so simply with any handpan. And it's really fun, and it impresses your mates, but it has loads of musical reasons why you should be doing it as well. Because you may then want to write a song that just steals this chord progression. So before I play Country Roads, I can use these ideas. Those chords, yoink, I've got them, they sound good together, I can play them in all these different genres and all these different styles, including the sing-along version. So let's do it, sing along, even if you don't have a handpan, even if you're in public, let's all sing Country Roads Around the World together. Why? I don't know, because it's nice. Okay, sing it proud. 1, 2, 3. Country roads, take me home. West Virginia, mountain mama, take me home. Country roads, one more time, here we go. Country roads, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, mountain mama. Yay!
Hey. That was so
sweet.
Yeah,
that was so fun. I really love the idea that we were all doing that around the world, because music does connect us all. And yeah, thanks, folks.
It's awesome.
Excellent.
Great.
Thanks,
workshop.
Rosie. That was amazing.
Thank you.
For everyone on the chat, please feel free to send in your questions. We're going to be online for a few more minutes, but let me remind you that this live stream is also recorded and you will be able to catch the replay. So if you didn't get to ask your questions in real time, ask them nonetheless. And Rosie is in the Handpan village, and she can answer any follow-up questions. And while we wait for some questions to come in, let me once again say thank you, Rosie, for this great workshop.
Okay, you're welcome. Yeah, I mean, if folks want to see more covers, please do head over to the Handpan core book, where there's a bunch of them. It's a free resource, so you can do that. And do subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't. I just hit 6,000 subscribers, which is like next level for me. So thank you for all of the support already, and please do keep on doing that if you like it. And and if you're not part of Master of the Handpan / Handpan Dojo, what are you doing? Go on.
You can find Rosie on all the social platforms. Here's her handle on Instagram, right here on the screen. And if you liked what you saw today, well, buckle in, because holiday cheer is in the air. The end of year holidays, whether you're celebrating Christmas or not, it puts you in the mood of just family time, gratitude, and just magic, right? And so as part of our platform, Rosie has a Christmas course where you can apply some of these same principles that you learned about covers and impress your friends or family members, or just have something kind of fresh and seasonal to practice.
And like, I know I'm mad biased, but I do think even if you are like David Kuckerman and you despise holiday music for some ridiculous reason, the fact is it will get you playing stuff that you wouldn't normally do. Like, they are awkward, they're not always written for the handpan, and that means that you're learning techniques and doing stuff that like gets you doing, learning new things. Obviously I've broken it down so it's doable, and it's super, well, I think it's fun.
It is so beautiful, so beautiful.
Thanks. So yeah, I reckon it's a good challenge, even if you are the Grinch yourself.
Absolutely. And December is just around the corner, and in fact, our special monthly guest on the Handpan Village is none other than Rosie. So, like you've heard it said on these live streams, we do a lot of different things on the platform, and as part of the academy you have access to what we call the Village. It's our online forum with weekly virtual events. We have every month we have a challenge, we have a workshop, a happy hour, and a coaching session. We might even throw in an ugly Christmas sweater party this December.
Yes,
so,
I have so many Christmas sweaters.
So as a reminder, the Academy is on sale right now. That is our membership. And when you become a member, you have access to our entire course library.
Yes.
27 teachers, 34 courses and growing, 150 hours of tutorials. And Dave, we've got new masterclasses coming up for 2025. Can you tell us anything?
I mean, it was pretty obvious because we've been sharing some stories about it, but Hang Massive was in the studio a couple months ago, and we've been working hard. They've been working hard, and there will be a masterclass coming Q1 2025, and we have so many artists that are in the pipe, and I'm not sure I can give some more names as it hasn't been on social media yet, but think about some great players. They might be in the pipe. We have plenty of them waiting to be on the platform. We're just scheduling everything, and we're so happy to see this catalog of courses growing with all these friends and great artists, and I'm already excited for some courses. I want to drop a cool name, but I'm not sure I can, but it starts with a Q.
Say maybe what it rhymes with.
For people in the United States, this person's last name is the same name as a big health group on the West Coast. Just leave it at that. Some people will know. And so, yeah, we're dropping some
I'm sure it
clues.
would be okay, but
Yeah.
The village, the Handpan village slash Christmas
Yes.
village is about to be decorated. We're putting up the Christmas tree. We're warming up the eggnog. And actually, is eggnog warm, Dan?
I think eggnog's cold, is it?
All right. We are
don't know.
keeping the eggnog in the fridge. But
I don't
if you
even-
Sorry to
haven't-
not yes and you, but I think it's cold.
Yeah, I think you're right. This is a global village, a global family. So we make cultural faux pas every single day, but it's a very forgiving community where we're here to learn together because it helps to have company. Every month we get together on our happy hour. Just grab your favorite drink. For some, it's early in the morning in New Zealand. Others, it's late at night in Germany. So your drink of choice, depending on the time of day. Our monthly challenges. Right now, we're breaking the sound barrier. We've got 350 some comments on the November challenge with a special prize to win. 1 of 5 contact microphones from Ensol. Great option for live sound. We do a workshop every single month, so you know what to expect for next month.
Yeah.
It'll be Rosie Bergonzi back on the Handpan Village.
Boom.
And a student focus, which is kind of the best next thing to being in person. This is our
Yeah.
coaching event where we actually bring you on the screen, your contributions from the challenge. And, we have these expert musicians, like Rosie said. How many decades of experience do we have on the screen here? And we've got some giants of the music world. And so you get to benefit from that. In October, we had Nadi Shana. I mean, come on. This guy is known inside and outside the handpan world. Phenomenal teacher and player. And there are so many others. So don't miss it. And why do we do this? Why are we here? Just we're doing a bit of life together. This is a platform from musicians for musicians. We are all touring or gigging or recording on the side. This is a small business. We're trying to create a bit of handpan culture and to enjoy the journey together. And we invite you on this journey. So here's the deal. The price speaks for itself. You know it. You've received thousands of emails in your inbox this week. It's Black Friday season. This is kind of the time of the year where if you're looking to join, there's never going to be a better price. And it helps us to plan out our year. It helps you to lock in the best rate. So hop on, come on over, settle in, and take advantage of all the cool things that are happening, especially since the merger of Master the Handpan and Handpan Dojo. We haven't really reminded folks recently about this, but this just happened. I mean, it wasn't even a year ago that you guys started talking about merging.
It was, we're there. And sometimes I'm just focused on everything that I have to do. And sometimes I zoom out and I'm like, yeah, it's happening after all these discussions. And the more we work together, the more the team is doing an amazing job. And I'm often realizing this is so cool, because you always, quite often with David, we share some thoughts about some projects, about the future, and we have some dreams, some ideas, and we really see how cool it is to be together. And guys, I haven't merged with a new incomer in the handpan world or in the music world. It's been with Mr. Cookerman, who I really admire and like his music. So what else for Master the Handpan than being with him and being with Handpan Dojo and its universe, quite unique and high quality.
Yes, guys, it's been amazing. And if you say it like that, Sylvan, it's not even a year that we started talking about it.
Yeah, actually,
Actually,
February,
it
March.
felt like a long time that we planned it, but actually we went pretty fast. So yeah, good stuff and lots of cool projects to come. I can't wait for the December month with Rosie as our featured teacher in the village, and also make sure to check out her Christmas course. Oh yeah, the subscription to the Academy has been my Christmas present. Perfect Christmas present.
So good.
Yeah, it's amazing, and so many good things to come in the coming months and years. Yeah, thanks Rosie once again to join us today to host a wonderful workshop. It's been fun to sing along with a muted microphone.
Yeah, well done.
Yeah. Now we'll
All
now
right, guys. Let me remind us. Sorry, David. Let me remind us that this is Pantastic Week. It doesn't last forever, and next week we're gonna turn around and say, "Wow, that was cool." So don't miss it. It all started on Friday with a great workshop with Baran Yildiz from Down Under in Australia about applied music theory to the handpan. And then on Saturday, we had an open house. Go watch that if you're curious about our platform. Someone you don't see often on our live stream is Matt, our web guru. Everything's so beautiful, so user-friendly, headache-free. Then we continued on Monday with Dan Malqueen, the beat master. And we broke down some of his iconic grooves on the ding and the shoulder and muted ding. It was cool. We followed up with a workshop from the Master the Handpan Studios. This was quite a production.
Yeah, I was impressed by what we've been able to do. That was
Pristine sound, 2 camera angles, on-screen tabs, and a very energetic David Chaillet, teaching as he loves to do. Then today we're wrapping up our wonderful workshop with Rosie Bergonzi, followed tomorrow with a workshop with Amy Naylor, who's
You guys should meet.
flying
She sounds
right
cool.
now.
Yeah, maybe I'll see what she's like.
Of course, if you haven't seen the duets between Amy and Rosie, what are you doing? Just get offline right now. You guys did one in New Zealand, which, as a big Tolkien fan, was a hit, an instant hit.
That was fun. Yeah, we put an album out actually.
Yeah, that's right.
Check it out, guys.
What was the name of the album again?
Australis live.
Live Australis. Great. Okay, and then we'll wrap up Fantastic Week with an incredibly difficult... No, I actually don't know the content of your workshop, but you're such a good player that we're getting our chops just ready ahead of Friday. So, happy Fantastic Week, everybody. Be well. Play some handpan. And we will see you tomorrow back online. And thank you, Rosie, for your workshop.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Rosie. Thank you so much.
Fantastic week, everybody.
Fantastic week.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Okay.
Yeah, we got some moves.